Okay. Today 27 till 31st is how many days? 5 days. Okay, 5 days is good enough. I think we did about like 8 days of Sarasamba Sutra in Japan. Still, the 5 days good enough is not that short. Okay. Over the next few days, the mornings, we're going to have the morning practice, like they will close to like 2 hours. That is primarily why we are doing that is for the reason for people to, those of us who do not have the daily practice. This is what I realized. Of course, since my first enrollment in the monastery in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, that I had my personal passion in some kind of practice was there. And then what we noticed is that over time, then we received this empowerment, that empowerment, another empowerment, with so many empowerment, then the sadhana commitment, they're building up. And then you could hardly finish the sadhanas. You don't have time to meditate. Literally don't get time to meditate. And then the tendency for the desire, aspiration to do some practice, meditation slowly disappears. In the facade that I'm doing something, I have a daily practice. What daily practice? Reading the sadhanas. And reading the sadhanas, meanings do not flow. Let alone, keep aside, let alone the experience being invoked, even the meanings don't flow. You cannot finish reading the text, reading the sadhanas, because you have to run for your job and for your work. And you have the laundry to do, and the shopping to do, and so many things to do, so therefore you can't finish and sometimes we doze off while reading the sadhanas. Where's the meaning? Right? So this is what happens. Then I realized that, okay, this is where we're going wrong. And some people, they have very, reading commitments in the sadhanas, these things. Actually, this is a meditation. But slowly it becomes more like a sadhana, because we cannot even finish that. That part is much less. And then they make sure that they have more time for practice. Actually, meditation emptiness, the 4 seals, meditation emptiness, meditation bodhicitta. Actually, so at one point, I personally, when I started to do that, then I could see that the difference is there. This is my personal experience. So therefore, some people, this is what I heard, and I see that it has a great meaning there. Some people say, okay, the Gelupas, they don't really practice. Right? Gelupas, they don't practice. So actually this is not true. But I personally would take it that this is a great teaching. Right? Unless we practice something, of course we have to practice. To practice, we need to have the materials to practice. To have the materials, we have to study, reflect, and meditate. No, the study. So without the study and the reflection, then what to practice? Whereas in some cases, there's tremendous emphasis on practice, no studies, no reflection. So much of emphasis on practice, but what to practice? What materials do we have to practice? No materials. Some people, they gather the materials, they gather the ingredients, right? All the vegetables, oil, and everything is there, but they don't cook. Some people, they talk about cooking all the time. Let's cook food, and there are no ingredients. So now, what we should be doing is that gathering materials is so precious. Gather materials. What do you meditate? Gather materials. Study. Study extensively. And finally, everybody has to talk about, if you have to talk about the Tibetan Mahayana or the Mahayana Buddhism, or it's something to do with Mahayana Buddhism, be it Chinese Buddhism, be it Zen Buddhism, be it Tibetan Buddhism, there's no way other than to talk about emptiness. For the emptiness, without extensive studies, to think of getting emptiness is building castle in the air. Even to talk about emptiness is so precious. But then, if you really want to have the flavor, some flavor of emptiness, then one must have to have extensive studies. And oftentimes, some of my friends, after doing the Bodhicitta retreat, extensive studies of Bodhicitta, Vision emptiness, then the renunciation of these 4 seals. After doing this, then some of them have been very serious and doing the same practice every day after the retreat. And then I share with them that if you do it on an everyday basis, and then what one is bound to experience is, say, a graph. Initially, you go very sharp rise up there. You will see the experience so evidently, sharp rise there. And at a certain point, there's a plateau. You reach a plateau. And then at one point it may even decline. So many people, as it reaches the plateau, then they lose interest. And then they continue, and then when it dips down, then they feel demoralized. Number 1, plateau, lose the interest. Then go down, demoralized, right? Okay, this is what is bound to happen to everybody, including the Buddha Shakyamuni himself. This happened to him, to everyone. Any serious practitioner, this experience is what is bound to happen. And without the extensive studies of emptiness, is worse. It's worse. It's so mechanical, every day doing the same thing, like let's say, am I not wasting my time? This is what will come to us. Okay. So there, when it dips down, the other point is a warning for us that we have to study more, to have more richer materials, get the richer materials. So it's going to be always like a change. There's always change there. Then it's like food. If it's always the same food, then you will lose interest in the food. Whereas if there's constant some kind of change there, then the enthusiasm, your aspiration keeps alive. So for that matter, we need a rich study. And for rich study, it doesn't mean that you have to go to a monastery. It's not necessary. If you can, this is the best. If not, nowadays it's a digital world where you can get access to any studies from anywhere in the world, very easily through online. All these possibilities are there. Do something to enrich your studies. Okay, but as you enrich your studies, you keep growing. Then after dipping down, again it will start picking up. But this time when you pick up, it's not going to be sharp rise. It's going to be diagonally going. Some of the jets, they fly very sharp, and then some more commercial flights, they go not sharp, they go diagonally. Likewise, this will happen at the next phase. But this is very steady, and then unlike early experience, which is just randomly coming to you, extremely fascinating experiences coming to you, but they are not stable. These are more like the blessings of the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, like the lighthouse. Lighthouse, you are sailing a boat, and then you are lost in the ocean, and the lighthouse is there to tell you that now you are close to you are approaching this light, this is the direction. So the lighthouse will give you the light. So this light is not coming from your side, it's coming from the lighthouse, not from you. So likewise, these experiences, certain experience can come. Sometimes they can be very powerful experiences, and these are not your experience. These are like the blessings from Buddhist Bodhisattvas because of you present through this journey. How do you know this blessing is not your real light? Is that when you want it, whenever you like to have it, you do it, it will not come. Which means that it's not yours. Whereas with the second phase, when it starts climbing up, although diagonally, not too sharp rise, diagonally, so there it's very stable. Very stable means that whenever you like to have it, you can have this experience. Okay, this is different. Okay, so for that matter, the study is so important. Study is important, reflection is important, and some daily practice is so important. All of us, not only you, including me. If we want to get rid of the fears of life, if we want to have the maximum happiness, then we must design up some practice, daily practice. Okay, how many else want to get rid of all your fears of life and to have the maximum happiness? All of us. The boys or the girls? Huh? Arjuna? Boys or the girls? Both sides. But Indians or non-Indians? Oh, the Buddhists or non-Buddhists? Shavira. Oh, look, this is common sense, right? Everyone, it doesn't matter. Whether you're boy or girl, whether Buddhist or non-Buddhist, whether Indians or non-Indians, it doesn't matter. Young, old, rich, poor, everybody has a problem. Everybody's a problem. Right? Everybody has to go to sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, the pain of losing near and dear ones. Everybody has to go through it. It's across the board. It's not only the poor people. It's not only rich people. It's not only the educated, uneducated, boys, girls, Buddhists, non-Buddhists. Everyone has to go through this problem. So the point is that it is wise to begin with a very clean slate. What do you mean by clean slate? And of course we are not clean slate, right? Try best to start with a clean slate. Clean slate meaning, don't come up with the belief that, oh, I'm a Buddhist now. No, don't come up with this belief. Come up with, what do I want? Start from there. What do I want? Start from there. Don't start as a Buddhist. In fact, 3 years ago, when I was in Singapore, one of the Singaporean professors, during one-on-one, the interview, he asked me a question. The question he asked me was that, you are a Buddhist. I said, yes. If you are not born in a Buddhist family, do you still think that you are going to be Buddhist? Wow, this is not the Singaporean style, right? Singaporean, they are not so blunt. They're very gentle. But he was very blunt. I was not expecting this question from him. And he was asking this very seriously. He was a professor. Do you still think that you're going to be Buddhist if you're not born in a Buddhist family? Wow, this is a very serious question. Then I told him that this question is very, extremely true. And this is a very important question. And we really need to think about it. We really need to think about it. Because 99% of the people, how they embrace the religion is because they're born in that religion. 99% of the people. And then in the course of this, some of them become fanatics, religious fanatics. And there's no exception to any religion. Any religion. Thus far, I've not seen Jains who are into fanatics. I've not seen Jains. Otherwise, most religions somehow, including Buddhism, they are fanatics coming out, including Buddhism. But Jains, no, maybe because I'm not too exposed to Jains. I met with the very good Jains. I don't know. Jain is the one thing which I do not see, I do not really see somebody who is a fanatic. Okay. So this is the point. The point is that begin with a clean slate. That is, ask yourself, what do I want? What's the meaning of my life? What's the meaning of my life? This question. From there, let's begin. What's the meaning of my life? Okay, if you ask a young child, very young child, below 10, then below 20, below 30, okay. Anybody who's below 30? Kabira? No. Dilshad? Below 30? No. Or in 30s? Yes. In 30s? Yes. Mundula? Okay. Raviji? 22? No? Okay. Okay, what I'm saying is, if you ask this question to them, what do you want in your life? What do you want in your life? What answers do you think they'll give? Or what answers were you giving when you were in your 20s or 30s or 40s? Many of you are in your 40s now. What answers do you give?
Career, family.
Sorry?
Career, family.
Your career, your family, anything else?
Nobel Prize in Physics.
Okay. Then maybe out of 7 billion human beings, there will be 1,000 people. 1,000, not more than 1,000 expect the Nobel Prize. Anybody else? Dushyant? If somebody asks you, what's the meaning of life? What do you want to do in your life? No?
I want to become someone.
Oh, I want to become someone. Yes, that's true. Some people say, I want to become someone. And some, Mundila? Huh? To be happy. Very good, to be happy. Anything else? Any other answers? Siddhala? Huh? Chill out. Okay, chill out. Yeah, just enjoy your life. Okay. Smita. Smita. Yes. To be happy. Very good. Jack? Same. Fame. Family. Aban?
Just yesterday I was thinking this. I went to a session where there were people who are doing so much for humanity. So much.
So much into?
For humanity.
For humanity, yes.
There was a Japanese consul general, there was a there were writers and authors and then I started thinking last night, what am I doing? What am I doing?
That's very interesting. It has many shades there, but
There
I
were
want
5
just...
of them there, and out of those 5 they had done so much for Karnataka and the rest. And I was so inspired as well as tortured. But what have I done in my life, you know?
Okay, this is what Abanj is sharing with us. It's a great significance there. Okay, over there, your name? Manju, yes. But don't say maybe. What do you want in your life? Now. Huh?
Peace.
Okay, peace. Shweta?
Wow, it's a little bit complicated.
Okay.
Shall I say?
Yes.
Okay, I would call it like that. To experience different situations in life, including some difficult situations, and to be able to come with a wholesome solution for any difficult situation.
Okay, to experience different situations of life and?
Yes, and to be able to come up with a wholesome solution for any difficult situation.
Okay, and to come up with solutions to any difficult situation. Yes. Very good. Okay, Sanjay?
I would say 2 things, emotional well-being and
purpose? No, this is my question. What's the purpose?
Purpose, I mean, to sort of understand what my purpose is and also live my life in accordance with that, and so that itself is something which I'm searching.
Okay, the purpose. So to lead a life of purpose. So what is that purpose? This is what I'm searching. Very good. Okay, your name again, sorry?
Charu.
Charu, yes, yes.
To be happy and to be useful.
Oh, to be happy, to be useful to the community.
Yes.
Okay, good. Arjun?
To be happy and to see anyone I'm in contact with or not in contact with, to be happy.
Okay, to be happy myself and to anybody, whether they come in contact with me or not, that they should be happy. Okay, still the answer is not yet come.
Free from suffering, physical and mental.
Okay, free from suffering, physical and mental. Okay, anybody left now? Shantila?
Just want to be happy.
To be happy. Okay, so from this what we got is number one, majority you say to be happy, to be peaceful. And then the one is to be freed of the physical and mental suffering. And then one to explore all kind of experiences of life, like suffering, happiness, whatever. And then come out with a solution. All these. And then the other one is the say that I'm happy and there are others happy. Then the other one is that what am I doing? Right? My life. Look at these people. They've accomplished so much. They do so much. What is my life? Okay. So these are the points. Oh, Dr. Anitaji.
To be of benefit to as many people.
Okay, to be of benefit to as many people. Okay, to be of benefit to as many people, close to what Arjanaji said, that I'm happy, that others also happy, whether they know me or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, a good philosophy, for example, say this Seedling Sutra, Seedling Sutra, in what way you'll feel the weight of this sutra is only if we ask these questions to ourselves. Then you realize, to discover the way Sanjayji said, that I'm actually looking for, I'm searching this purpose. I'm searching for this purpose. So, you will see that what is said there in the Seedling Sutra, you will see that it's so valuable, provided we ask these questions to ourselves and you identify what you're looking for. So if I'm from this, like, close to like 20 people, I can see that the answers vary, but the answers do not vary too much. But whereas like 100 people, then the answer will vary. Some people will speak or not speak, and particularly if I bring people from street, not for the retreats, from the street also to take part in this, give an answer to this question, then the answers will really vary. Some will say that I want power, I want fame, then I want the popularity, I want to become a celebrity, I want money. All these different answers will come, right? Or some people may say that I want my enemies to suffer, right? Okay, all these different answers will come. So next, our job is to ask the next question. Next question is, why, starting with here, okay, let's say, yes, Dr. Anitaji, why do you want to benefit others? Why? Number one. Then say, Abanji, why do you feel so insignificant when you see these 5 people speaking about how much they did to Karnataka state and to, the other places? Why do you feel so insignificant? Why you become really emotional? What am I doing? And then why for example, say Jack, why your family? right? And then say the say Sanjay, right? And the why you're concerned about searching for this purpose. If I ask this question to each one of us, why do you seek peace? Why do you seek happiness? If I ask each of them, oh, Venerable, what's your
peace and have a meaningful life.
okay, peace and a meaningful life. Okay. So if I ask this question to all these people, and once when I was in Cambridge, there was a physicist and his wife. I said that I don't know what two of you are discussing. We are discussing on physics, debates, philosophy. And the wife said that, I'm not interested in what you're doing. To be very honest, what I want is, I want a huge amount of money so that I can have an easy life. This is what I want, and I'm not really interested in what you're discussing. This is what she said, the wife of the physicist. So what I'm saying is that if we ask this next question, although the answers to the first question may vary drastically, but if I ask the second question, why? Why do you want to help others? Why do you feel insignificant? Why do you need money? Why do you need fame? Why do you need power? Why are you so concerned about looking for your purpose? And why do you need peace? If you ask this second question, all answers will boil down to the same. Okay, let's see. The Dalai Lama, why do you want to help others?
To make them happy, so I am.
Yeah, you getting it? Okay, Sanjay, why are you? Sanjay, tell me why. Why are you concerned about? Why are you concerned about the seeking a purpose?
Because I feel something is missing. I feel after having lived all these.
So if the missing link is what do you call it? Filter?
The missing link is because
If you find this, what is missing? If you find the missing link, then you're okay.
yeah, then you give me some contentment or
Okay, then it gives me contentment. You're getting it? It gives me contentment. Okay, Abanji, why are you so concerned? Why are you so when you are speaking, it makes me feel a little anxious to see that you're a little anxious.
You know,
That
I have internalized this concept of dependent origination.
no, my question to you is
Yeah, I'm answering.
answering to which question?
Your question.
Which
Why
question?
are we insignificant?
No.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
The concept of dependent origination, which I learned in our beautiful center, it has deeply affected me. And I say a prayer before every meal and several times during the course of the day. And I feel very enriched by everything that I'm receiving from sources that I know, from sources that I don't know, from sources that I will never know. So what am I doing? Just receiving. And living in a nice house, traveling by metro with somebody else's bill, eating food that somebody else has grown and brought to my table. What am I doing? When I die, who will cry,
No, so what's the problem?
This problem, I find it a problem.
Okay, so you want to solve this problem?
Yeah.
Wow. So what's if the problem is solved?
I'm sorry?
What is if the problem is solved?
If the problem is solved, then I would like to do accordingly. I would like to.
Okay, so if you're able to do that, then what's there?
I would like to return.
If you're able to do that, then what?
No, I do. I work with emotionally distressed people.
No, what I'm saying.
I do things.
No, what I'm saying. If you're able to do the way intended, to repay, to give it back, then what?
And there's a sense of, I guess, fulfillment.
Wow, again the same. So finally, then I'll be fulfilled, sense of fulfillment, then I'll be happy. Then when the missing link is the what? I found that the missing part, then I'm happy. So finally, to the second question, all answers will boil down to the same. Right? This is what Charles Darwin said that this instinct that we have, instinct to be happy yourself, to make yourself happy. There's nothing wrong in it, don't forget it. To be happy yourself, there's nothing wrong in it. And some people may say that it's very selfish. No, we have not understood the meaning of selfishness well. To be happy, wanting to be happy, there's nothing wrong with it. When does it go wrong is that when this wanting to be happy is mixed with being indifferent towards others. Being indifferent towards others, wanting to be happy yourself, being indifferent towards others, that is the selfishness. Wanting to be happy yourself, there's nothing wrong in it. Being indifferent towards others, that's the problem. And then in worst cases, wanting to be happy, to accomplish that, then to destroy others. That is very selfish. Wanting to be happy, there's nothing wrong in it. Okay, so this is how we are born, wanting to be happy. Wanting to be happy means, what is the opposite of happiness? What is the opposite of happiness? Suffering. We don't want suffering. We want happiness. This is the point. And who is that? Boys or the girls? All. Indians or non-Indians? Huh? Everyone. Okay. So we see that everybody, this is what we have to look for. We have to discover who we are. What is your basic aspirations? Is to acquire the maximum happiness and to get rid of all the suffering. This is what we are all seeking. Okay. Next question. What's the next question? The meaning of your life is to get the maximum happiness and to get rid of suffering. This is the meaning of your life. Right? So, if I say that, yes, this is the meaning of your life, then what do you say? How to achieve that? You're getting it? How to achieve that? Number one, whether or not it's possible. Right? Whether or not it's possible to get rid of all the suffering and acquire the maximum happiness. Whether or not this is possible. If the answer is yes, then the next question is, how? Very good. This is how we proceed. Our search becomes very easy. Our search becomes very easy. You're getting it? So therefore, what Abhan just said makes a total sense. This is an extremely important message for us. So therefore, we should not be in the cocoon. We should not live in the cocoon. We should broaden our horizon. Broaden our horizon, because Abhanji, going to this meeting yesterday, then she saw what others are doing, then she felt that I have to do more than what I've been doing thus far. This is an extremely great message for us, that we should be more exposed. Don't be within, don't stay within the cocoon and be happy. In the Tibetan expression, there's one as the frog of a well. In the other, this is the common expression, right? Frog of a well. Common expression. If you stay in the well, you will never see the ocean. If you don't see the ocean, you will never grow. You will never grow. You will never grow in your thoughts. You will never grow in your the compassion. You will never grow in your the wisdom. So therefore, to be exposed to the wider reality outside, that is extremely important for us. Okay. For example, say even this Seedling Sutra, this Seedling Sutra, how did it, so this book, some of you have seen this book in many stages. How many of you have seen this book from many stages? Here, 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 here. Okay, Shantideva, what was the first version you remember? First version, the color? Blue color, yes. So in that, Sarasthana Sutra was missing, was not there. So this is gradually it grew. Why? In the course of, in the course of my exposure, because the Sarasthana Sutra is the one which is oftentimes quoted in the studies of emptiness in the Buddhist universities. And then later on, as I teach emptiness to more and more people, and then this is coming more and more often, and then I saw the need to go to the root, the Buddha's teachings. So where do we find these, the very important teachings in the Buddha's own sources? Then we see that one is Sarasthana Sutra. And my teacher, Venerable Geshe Lharampa, he also wrote extensive commentary on this. So I thought that this is very important to include it. This is how we include it. Okay. Again, it's because of the exposure. So what I'm saying is that, one, we have to be very precise in inquiring. What am I seeking? What am I seeking? And then you get an answer. You get an answer. Then see how to make it possible. For that matter, be exposed to the wider exposure to the good environment. For example, like Abanji, when saw these people doing all these good things, right? Then she felt that, what am I doing? When she said, what am I doing, means that I should be doing something more. This is so precious. This thought came to her because of that exposure. So we should be exposed to the environment which will make you to be inspired, to do more, to do something more profound and more fast. Okay, so with this, the idea, two questions came up with us. Number one is that what am I seeking? I'm seeking a genuine happiness, and I'm seeking to get rid of my fears. Two, to get rid of all my fears, to get the maximum happiness. Now this is a very vernacular, in a vernacular language. In a technical language, to get rid of all the fears is known as seeking nirvana. To acquire the maximum happiness is known as seeking Buddhahood. This is the technical term. And in a very loose sense, seeking fearlessness and seeking infinite happiness. Fearlessness is nirvana. When you achieve nirvana, the fearlessness is achieved. Nirvana equals fearlessness. Fearlessness in a very vernacular language, and nirvana in a technical sense. Infinite happiness in a vernacular language, and the Buddhahood is in a technical sense. So therefore, if one knows the Buddha's teaching so well, it has nothing to do with the Buddhism. It is all about the reality. You discover the reality, you get your maximum happiness, and then whatever religion you're following, whatever ethnicity you belong to, stay there, good person, give happiness to you, spread this message of happiness and wisdom to other people. That's it. This is the job. So the question is, what am I seeking? From this what we learned is that I'm seeking to get rid of all my fears, I'm seeking to get infinite happiness. This is one thing. Okay, so on that basis, one agenda of our life is to be kind to yourself. Okay, is there anybody who can tell me as to be very honest? To be very honest, say, in your life, can you think of somebody who is really, really, really very kind to you? Anybody?
Our teachers.
Okay, not now. Now our mind is very sophisticated, right? You can think very sophisticated things. When you were age 5, 6, 7, age 5, 6, 7, mother, parents, mother. Okay, in most cases, mothers. Why mother? Shabira?
At that age, whatever we want, mom only used to.
Yes. somebody who's kind. Kind has a connotation. Somebody who's there to provide you with what you need. Right? From whom? The most kind means somebody from whom I get the maximum benefit. And as a young child, you are so vulnerable. Now, you know, we know how to connect with people. We know where to get the benefit, where not to get the benefit. When you're very young, we do not know how to connect with people, how to get the benefit from which source. So we have to depend on somebody. That's your mother, right? Mother will come. Mother will sense what you need, what you don't need. Now, we have the sense to know what I need, what I don't need, and how to get it. We have the sense. Okay, that time, our mother is the one who provides you with the maximum benefit. So therefore, she is seen as the most kind figure in your life. Likewise, the point is, how many of you want to give yourself the maximum benefit to your sense? Of course, right? Some of you may be reluctant to raise hands. This is so obvious, right? Okay, the point is that because then we want to give the maximum benefit to yourself, this is known as be kind to yourself. Number one, be kind to yourself. This is the axiom. Be kind to yourself, number one. Number two is, okay, be kind to yourself. Then after say like 2030, right? Some people may feel so depressed. 2030 after 10 years, 11 years, become so depressed. And suddenly you remember, 10 years ago in the Montfort, there was the Seedling Sutra, the retreat. So there he said that, be kind to yourself. Yeah, now I feel so depressed, I'll go to the pubs. Because I'm so depressed, I want to, simply get rid of the tension, so go to the pubs. This is, of course you are trying to be kind to yourself, but you're being unwisely kind to yourself. The number two is, be wisely kind to yourself. Number two, be wisely kind to yourself. It's very simple, two lines. Two simple lines, they will summarize everything. Be kind to yourself means, do everything, give yourself the maximum happiness and get rid of all your suffering. This is minimum, be kind to yourself. The next one is, how do you do that? Be wisely kind to yourself. Do those things which will actually give you happiness and stop those things which will only give you unhappiness. This is the meaning of be wisely kind to yourself. Okay, let's stop here. Tea break?
Yes, Krishna.
Tea break, good discussion, right?
Yes, Krishna.
Okay.
Parasam